सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Nice to be here once more in Oklahoma. Today, we are entering into the 46th aphorism, 46th meditation technique by Shiva. We are continuing the Shiva Sutras. Before entering into the sutra, just an introduction to the sutra. It's a very powerful technique to awaken the Kundalini Shakti. Traditionally, the word Kundalini Shakti is used to mean an extraordinary potential energy which is hidden in every human body. Understand? Animals may have body, but they do not have Kundalini Shakti. The only difference between you and the animal is this potential energy. Maybe if I have to use more words, Kundalini Shakti is something like a possibility for becoming enlightened. The possibility to become enlightened, the possibility to become a different human being, different conscious being, is there only in human beings. Animals may have same body, may look like intelligent, but they do not have the possibility, the potentiality to become enlightened, to be a different human beings, to be a different conscious beings. The Kundalini Shakti is a energy which resides in every one of you. If it can be awakened, it will take you to a different plane of consciousness, different plane of existence. Understand? All the enlightened masters on the planet Earth are again and again saying, the life is ecstasy, life is joy, life is bliss, life is just shining. And there is a beautiful saying by a great master, whatever happens is auspicious, Mangala, Shivam. In Sanskrit, the word Shivam means auspiciousness. They say whatever is happening is auspicious. But for us it doesn't look like that. If you watch CNN for a few minutes, you will understand. No, whatever is happening is not auspicious. But again and again, enlightened masters are saying, whatever is happening is auspicious, Mangala, Shivam. Why? Why they are saying again and again? People ask me, what is this, Swamiji? If they see CNN for 10 minutes, they will understand. Whatever is happening is not auspicious. If they listen to the news, they will understand. But even after listening to the news every day, seeing everything, I do feel whatever is happening is auspicious. What to do? Very difficult. A logical man cannot understand, cannot relate with what I am saying. But heart of heart, I feel very strongly whatever is happening is auspicious. Shiva, the word Shiva means in Sanskrit causeless auspiciousness. Whatever happens in your life, even if the best thing happens, you can always think, it could have been little better. It could have been little better. Or whatever worst thing happens, you can always say, oh, at least this much I am saved. It is up to you to feel whether things are auspicious or inauspicious. In the planet Earth, only two kinds of human beings are there. People who feel everything is inauspicious. We need some correction. We need some alteration. We need some further development. We need to remodel. There are some people who feel everything happening is auspicious. Person who feels whatever is happening is inauspicious is a materialistic. He believes in matter, correction, doing, remodeling, changing, altering. Person who believes whatever is happening is auspicious is a spiritualist. Believes in the intelligence of the cosmos, the whole. He is very clear, the whole is much more intelligent than part, me. If you think the whole is not more intelligent than you are materialistic, egoistic. If you think the whole is much more intelligent than me, you are spiritualist. Over. The whole world can be classified just with these two categories. If you feel whatever is happening is auspicious, you are a spiritual person. A small story. After a powerful sermon on the charity, the priest sends his hat for a rounds, for a collection. The hat goes round, comes back as empty as it was sent. He took his hat and said, oh God, at least the hat came back. Understand? He is intelligent. He is really intelligent. He is able to think whatever is happening is auspicious. Whatever is happening is best. You can either think whatever is happening is inauspicious, or you can realize whatever is happening is auspicious. Why enlightened beings are constantly feeling whatever is happening is auspicious? It is just because of the Kundalini Shakti. Once this Kundalini energy awakens in you, you will feel so much of energy in your body, you will not be able to complain about anybody. Understand? You will complain about anything or any person or any incident only when you are in low mood. Means your usual mood. You will not be able to complain, criticize, or feel disappointed about any person or anybody if your body is overflowing, bubbling with energy. You feeling whatever is happening is auspicious or inauspicious is directly connected to your energy level. At some time, if you get the glimpse of that high energy by some method, sometimes people get into that high energy without even knowing. Maybe if they go to some high energy places, or if they are really relaxed, they get into that high mood. Suddenly those few moments or few hours, you feel you are so fulfilled, nothing is wrong in the planet Earth. You will feel everything is going the best way. If you had this glimpse, these moments in your life even once, you can be called as a spiritual seeker. Sometime even while seeing the sunset, suddenly you feel the whole thing is settled in you. And you think, God, everything is beautiful. Things are happening. It's okay. Suddenly, some mood, you are silent, you are relaxed, you are filled with energy, and you see whatever is happening is auspicious. There is only two planes of existence. One, the plane of normal human beings. Whatever is happening needs to be altered. Anything, they cannot say, I really like that person, but they can't stop, they can't end a sentence without that but. Without that but, they can't end any sentence. They cannot make a statement without that but, there ends. If you are using that word, but, or this, then you are a human being. There is another kind of existence. Whatever happens, he is not bothered at all. In Gita, Krishna says, samaschitta. It does not mean he is not compassionate. Understand? A person who is balanced does not mean he is not compassionate or he doesn't suffer seeing the others struggle, others suffering. He tries only to remove others suffering instead of he suffering with them. People ask me, Swamiji, if you are not disturbed by others suffering, how can the world run? I tell you, no, you are understanding very wrongly. You are not supposed to start suffering by seeing others suffering. You are supposed to remove their suffering. If you also start suffering, what will happen? If you also start suffering, what will happen? Nothing will happen. You will add more suffering, that's all. Earlier we had 20 people suffering on the planet Earth, now 21 people are suffering, that's all. That is not the thing we need. One person came to me and asked, Swamiji, I have wealth, I feel the suffering of poverty, shall I share all my wealth and distribute to all the poor people? I told, if you do that, now we may have 20 poor people, after you do that we will have 21 poor people, that's all. That is not the way. Understand? Do not try to bring you down to that poverty, try to bring them up to that richness. There is a two different thing. Feeling imbalanced, getting disturbed is not directly going to help. It is not directly going to help. First thing, you need to feel completely overflowing. Whatever is happening is auspicious. In the auspicious energy, let there be one more auspicious wave to bring the people up. Can be the idea or can be the understanding. The person whose Kundalini is not awakened, whose Kundalini Shakti is not become alive, in Sanskrit we call Kundalini Jagrata, the higher consciousness awakening. If it has not happened in you, whatever is happening inside and outside you will be inauspicious. If that awakening happens, whatever is happening inside and outside you will be auspicious. I have seen human beings smiling at their death, at the point of death, at the moment of death. I have seen personally. For them, whatever is happening is auspicious. Sometimes people come and ask me, Swamiji, how to elongate the life, how to develop the body with which I can live for long years. I tell them, never do that mistake. Really, before developing the mind, do not develop the body to live long. Many times, people who developed only the body to live long in the old age suffer without knowing what to do. Their body is not ready to die. They are sitting here feeling bored, lonely, and they don't know what to do. So much of suffering and pain, and not physical suffering or pain, the mental suffering and pain. They don't know what to do. There's a one-liner. There are a lot of studies and surveys say married people who are living with their spouse live long, but they want to die quickly. What to do? But what to do? Even though they want to die quickly, they can't. So don't get into that mess that you want to die, but you are not able to die. That is the worst thing. I always tell people, prepare your mind to live long before preparing your body. Add life to your years before adding years to your life. If you add life to your years, you know how long to live, and you know when to say bye. You can live and live peacefully and beautifully. But if you have just prepared only your body, I know the yogis, people who have worked only on the body, did not work on the mind, living such a dead life, waiting to die. I myself have seen some swamis in the young age, when they don't have anything else to do from morning till evening, they will be doing yoga, physical exercise, only physical exercise, no meditation, only physical exercise. And when you can bend your body in different postures and do a public show, it gives ego boosting. And people also watch like a circus. It becomes like a show, and people are so happy just with that ego boosting. I have seen them living a miserable life, end of their life. They want to die, but body is not ready to die. It's very strong, and it is going to live for next 20 more years. And just by remembering that 20 more years I am not going to die, they are depressed. What to do for next 20 more years? And how long you can be doing the same show? No. Any circus, not more than few days. Any circus, people will feel entertained only for few days. After that, bas, it will be such a loneliness, such big boredom. People can't live. Understand? Sometime even long life can become inauspicious. Sometime even death can become auspicious. If your Kundalini is awakened, your higher potential energy is awakened, even your death will be auspicious. You will face it beautifully. Great master who lived in USA, in North America, Paramahamsa Yogananda. He came to USA in 1960s and settled here. He is the first Indian enlightened master to make West as his home. And in his case, he just very clearly decided, and till the end, till the last moment, he was doing his routine, giving discourse, attending programs, and just declared to his disciples, it's time, relax. He relaxed. Just he relaxed. His body did not deteriorate for more than 20 days. There's a beautiful write-up about that in his autobiography. Of course, as an appendix, in his autobiography he can't write about his death, but as an appendix, they added a beautiful write-up about his death. If you find time, try to go through. Such beautiful experience. Even his death was auspicious for him.